Hey, just missed the cutoff. And thanks, guys, for being out here. So we're at the insurrection rally, essentially. I mean, that's what this is. It's no longer politics. It's hey, can you guys hear? Scott, Alex? Alexandria. Hi there, guys.
That's right. At Sacramento Immigration Coalition. All right. Today I am here to tell my sisters and brothers.
So you guys, Democratic Socialists of America, don't like following laws?
That's not true.
Well, you're trading racists for refugees. I was wondering how you're gonna. So I know you guys traffic in humans, and so I'm assuming that's what you mean by the sign, right?
Engage with racists like this.
Not racist? How am I? See, the thing is why would you falsely accuse Democratic Socialists? Do you falsely accuse people, or I'm wondering why you traffic in humans. Have a good day, guys. Hey, why do you hallucinate that the KKK's here?
Oh, I just took the sign.
All right. Are you getting paid?
No.
Oh, yeah, cool. Have a good day.
You too.
Criminals, they feel hatred. They use them as scapegoats and have no sense of compassion for their struggle.
Where's the play?
Here in California, in labor, and everywhere
Where's the play?
we say thank you to our...
Like, these are actors. You're faking something. What is this? So, mi español es muy malo, but something about you not having fathers? Sorry about that. You should. You should track them down. That's all right. I'll get that.
Because of those sacrifices that my daughter here knows that there are no limits as to what you can achieve. I thank you.
So we, the Handmaids Coalition, don't know what we're talking about, so we stand here in silence to let everybody know that we're supporting human trafficking. Is that essentially... That's what this is all about, is keeping the human trafficking going, right? In silence. And... No, I'm with America. I'm trying to be adversarial to... I'm trying to put down the insurrection. It's not with Breitbart. I'm with America. I'm defending the United States against an insurrection. Isn't this an insurrection?
I can't hear it.
Then why is everybody? Hey, let's not grab my stuff, all right? All right. Well.
Hold on a sec.
Hey, listen. I don't know what your intentions are because right now you violated me by grabbing my credentials. You could have taken a picture. You could have taken no.
Yeah, I'm gonna
You could
take a
have.
picture of your
Okay, well, that's
credentials.
fine.
Hold still. Hold still, man.
Get off me. Get off me. You can take a picture, but I'm not going to be compliant to whatever you're doing.
I'm trying to figure out who you are, man. Come on.
You could have taken a picture. You don't grab my stuff. That's what you should apologize.
You're with press, though, aren't you?
You should apologize.
Let me see.
You don't grab my stuff. You don't. It's not. I don't have to comply by allowing you to grab my badges.
No,
All right.
you don't, but you're here with press, you
She
know?
can't grab my stuff, can she?
Now, everybody, let's just be respectful.
We
and
are being
quiet.
respectful. We're not being quiet. What do you mean? This is a rally. We're supposed to do this. We're supposed to exchange ideas. She could take a picture of it, but she grabbed my credential, and that's... I'm not a fascist. I'm an American. You know what? You deprived me of my UNRWA act. You have a public accommodation in Berkeley.
Still.
Hey, lady, I don't want to smell your cigarette. Do not touch my credentials, all right? I don't know who gave you that entitlement. Unbelievable. Hey, have a good day, everybody.
When we voted for legal defense, we had Jeff Harris, Congressman Jeff Harris voted yes.
We voted to make sure that we renewed our sanctuary city. Jay Chenier, Councilmember Jay Chenier.
What are we not doing what? Didn't you just block me?
When we voted to make sure that this was a priority in our budget, our Mayor Darrell Steinberg also voted yes.
Whoa, are we gonna push now?
Get off me! Hey! Get off me!
Darrell Steinberg might stand with immigrants, but he does not stand
You
with
cannot
homeless
touch
people
me!
who live
touching me.
die on the
Unbelievable.
I
street.
am standing here and you're pushing me.
You just got done pushing me! Hey,
We saw what
knock it off!
Don't push my friend.
Knock it off!
Don't push my friend. Don't push.
Hey.
Don't push my friend.
Guys,
We're over
guys,
this, you know?
guys, all right, guys, it's okay.
I'd like to make a citizen's arrest on this cretin.
Move along.
How do we move along?
Move along, dude.
I don't have to. Who are you?
Huh?
Who are you? Who are these guys? I'm trying to cover an event, and because I'm adversarial to their positions, they're assaulting me, they're grabbing my credentials, preventing me from moving about.
Who did?
A few of those people. Specifically that guy in the yellow, aided. They send the young girls out and they make it seem like, oh, I'm a victim, but she's grabbing my credentials, they're pulling on my backpack. They're essentially...
okay?
I'm fine. I appreciate you being out here.
Okay.
All right.
So with the yellow
If you could,
vest.
I just don't want to be accosted, that's all.
Yeah. Is it the yellow vest?
Well, he's enabling it.
What is he? Is he part of the protest or is he?
I don't know. I asked him. He's no, he's not. Obviously not, right? He's here to enable an authority figure to enable Antifa. You know, the dudes in the black mask kind of,
Yeah.
they all
Are you
surrounded
part of
me.
the press?
Yeah. Frontline America. I have the host is inside.
I'll go talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah, just say I can, you know, they shouldn't be able to impede my progress because they don't like I'm asking questions. Thank you. Have a good day. Why would you block me? This is what's wrong with you. What are you, resisting free speech? You're resisting the coverage, the press coverage? Unbelievable. Hey, I'm just securing my backpack. Sorry for the...
Allow surcharge on the car.
Look at it. See, they have gangs here that apparently you can't... I'm talking.
Shut up.
They have gangs. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Unbelievable. You stay away from me.
Get away from us.
Wow. Do I have a right to be here?
Do you have a right to put your hand on mine?
Yes, because you assaulted me first. You assaulted me. You're preventing me from moving forward.
My camera's
You're
man.
causing trouble.
I'm not causing trouble. I'm trying to cover an event.
I just saw you pushing.
Well then. Hey guy. Yo, you know. That's assaulted me.
You just pushed me. But you're right, Zach.
Why do you have to act like a kid? Grow up.
Hey. Oh man, it didn't work.
So you wanted to try to assault me with an air horn?
Hey, don't touch me. Hey, don't fucking touch me. Hey.
Hey, these guys are prepared to assault. He tried to assault me with an air horn, an inch from my ear, would have caused permanent ear damage. How do I handle something like that?
Well,
luckily it fizzled out, but
yeah, luckily. Well, I would suggest for your own safety. You're concerned for your own safety.
No,
right?
I'm not. I'm here to expand the envelope of civil rights because they want to take it down.
Okay.
So what I do is I act as a fullback for the Constitution.
Well, we're here to protect.
Right. But as a citizen, I should be able to do a citizen's arrest, right? And you're obligated to enforce a citizen's arrest.
Not immediately.
All right. Cool. How would that work then?
Can I?
Of course.
Keep talking over me?
I don't keep talking over you. I'm just trying to cut to the chase.
I'll just wait till.
I'm ready.
All right. This is civil unrest. People are practicing their First Amendment right, like you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So we let little things like misdemeanors and infractions go as long as it doesn't threaten people's life or major injury.
Well, a major injury, I could have lost my ear. A person with an air.
Okay, and thankfully.
Well, it's an attempt. The attempt is the crime.
Okay, we're not authorized to take any independent action against a protest.
All right.
Because that could incite more violent.
So you're not here to do the. I respect you guys.
We're just worker bees. Okay.
I understand.
If my chief of police, who's over there, goes arrest that protester over there, we're gonna get like 10 guys to go do it.
That makes sense.
Okay.
No, who would I go and talk to? I'm just trying to find out how this works. That's all.
If you would like to, and you're still upset about it.
No, I'm not upset. I'm here documenting. I'm holding the powerful accountable.
If I may be so bold, sir, I'm a pretty good judgment of people's mood, body language.
Well, you got me wrong then.
Okay, you seem upset now.
So you're erring.
I'm just saying.
You're erring because I do this culturally.
Okay. Yes, sir.
For example, I ran into a Singali guy in Lake Merritt in Oakland.
Yeah.
Okay, he had a elevated tone. He was talking to somebody, but he found a golf club. Okay. Some lady wanted to call a 5150 on him. I had to talk her down. Black dude with a golf club in Lake Merritt, and so that was I vary my cadence, tone, and volume to represent the people who aren't here culturally, because from my continent that my mother came from, Asia, she's from Japan, there's cultures there who speak rapidly, who speak high, who speak low. We're a diverse, or my heritage is diverse on that side, right? So I should still be able to communicate with you, and I think you should keep calm because I'm fine. I can be.
Have you agreed that I'm pretty calm?
No, I think that you're muted.
Muted?
I think you're, for me, if I saw somebody's civil rights being violated, I would, as a police officer, I would want to hold that person accountable, because without that accountability, there's not going to be a return to a rule of law.
Do you understand our marching orders, though?
You did communicate with them, and I'm trying to demonstrate how this functions. Not that I'm trying to ridicule you specifically.
Yes, sir.
It's just we're trying to figure out what happened, and I know I enjoyed decades of, or at least years, a decade at least, of the pinnacle of where you could say whatever you wanted to and sit around a cafe.
And you still can.
No, I know, because not in Berkeley. Obviously not here, right? I mean, mob violence.
If they started hypothetically doing something to you that would endanger your life at that moment, or likely to cause great bodily harm, we would step in.
Well, I specifically told you somebody who was going to do great bodily harm to me, but his tool, his weapon, his arm didn't function. And you said, so I would like to point him out, and at least we have to be able to restore rule of law. That's all.
Okay.
All right, and so I appreciate it. I'm just going to go talk to your chief. I'm just trying to document how this works and holding a powerful accountable, so we know how to communicate, because they don't want to communicate. It's an insurgency that's going on here, and I'm trying to prevent an insurgency in the United States.
Okay.
One person at a time, by being a thread to the social fabric that's torn. Does that make sense? All right. So when I get angry, it's to draw attention. Not angry, when I get elevated, to draw attention.
Okay.
All right. That harm is afoot, but because you guys you have orders. I could use pejoratives, but from my perspective, I would use a pejorative. From your perspective, you're having orders. So let me vet this chain of command, so I know what's expected. Because what I don't like is penning in of Americans like they do in San Diego, San Francisco, and Berkeley, and then having these guys come and throw stuff at them for being patriotic.
Yeah.
And so I want to prevent somebody's children from having to face these guys with stars and tattoos on their arms, and that's what I'm trying to prevent. All right, so I appreciate you being here. No, absolutely, and I respect law enforcement. Thank you for being out here. Lawful enforcement. Have a good day. And where's the chief?
He's over there.
Thank you. What's his name? Chief?
Paletta.
Sorry, my bad.
Chief
Paletta?
Paletta?
A or O?
Huh?
A or O? Paletta. Paletta. Thanks, bud. Have a good day. Thanks for being here. Hi, is Chief Paletta available?
Who?
Chief Paletta? Oh, you are? My name's Ty Decker. Hi
your
there.
name?
Ty Decker.
Hi, Ty.
I wandered through the crowd there and asked adversarial questions and was assaulted. Somebody came up with a Marine air horn an inch to my ear, and it fizzed out. Essentially, it was going to cause permanent hearing damage to me. The officer says they're in a stand-down situation.
I'll get someone to take where are you going to be to take a report?
No. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to understand the process and the algorithm. And so basically, what I'm worried about is people being interned, all right? And so if these guys surrounded a mob of patriots, or if this mob surrounded some patriots and started to assault them, would they be rescued?
Yeah, if someone's getting assaulted, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we would.
Well, I was being assaulted, but it's a low-key thing until you bend down, and then they'll pull you down where there's no witnesses. They practice these. It's an insurgency that's going on here.
So
We can help you.
All right.
Yeah.
So would you
Cool.
like a report taken? I can bring you over to.
I would like
officer?
to point out to people first, so I can, because it's a PC 185 issue at this point, and so I'd like
Well,
to.
I need you to tell what happened to an officer, and then we'll go identify
but
the
the
person.
suspects are wearing masks.
I get that.
And so I'd like to point out
so
the
sooner-
group
the sooner
so that we could demask them, so I could de-escalate. Once the mask is
So
gone,
you have to listen. The sooner you get to an officer to do that, the sooner we can do that. I'm not going to
Gotcha.
do that. So, are you ready to walk with me?
Yes.
Okay, come on.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. I just wanted. This is a process. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time.
Sure. Just wait here.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. So what I'm doing is I'm demonstrating a return to civil society, in that I have to file a report that a conspiracy to deprive me of my civil rights was occurring. I was being assaulted by people in masks, and that should enable the demasking. Just the demasking of Antifas. Under a PC 185, because it's in the commission of a crime that makes it a crime to wear a mask. So this should enforce. 1 second, Michael. In any case, right. So what this should do is kick off the PC 185 statute.
Well, they'll determine all that.
Well, from my understanding of the law, this should kick off the PC 185, meaning that anybody wearing a mask should be identified or charged with a crime.
What guy was it that?
Well, I'll have to go and find out whether they've hidden or run away. See, the thing is, I could identify it with the camera because I have it on video.
You have your ID, man?
Yeah, sure.
Was it the guy in the yellow vest?
No, he was enabling it. So, all right, sorry about that. Hold on. This is good. It's difficult to document at the same time. Okay. Here you go, officer. I go by my middle name, Ty or Taiho. But you can obviously have the full ID. Thank you. And it's
All right,
valid.
Can you just talk to me?
I'm just going to grab my stuff. Sorry. My bad. I didn't mean to be rude. I know that looks like it. You know, you get emotional, so.
So what exactly happened?
I was asking adversarial questions to people who were demonstrating in the crowd, and I was assaulted.
You were standing in the crowd amongst them, right?
Yes.
Is this your current address?
Yes, sir.
Everybody was in close
I go by Ty, by the way.
Everybody was in close proximity to each other?
No, they collapsed around me as Antifa. It's a tactic that they do to isolate and assault. And then I started to get assaulted. And
Is it a good phone number for you?
510-938-8594.
938 what?
Hold on.
8594.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh well.
All right, here you go, Mr. Decker.
Thank you, sir.
So you're asking antagonizing questioning?
No, not antagonizing, an adversarial question.
Adversarial, that's
yeah.
right.
I know you get emotional, so for you it would be antagonizing. For me, it would be adversarial.
And some of the people didn't like those questions?
And then what happened?
Well, it's not my their feelings. That's all in their imagination, right? And so I'm then a group started to coalesce around me, and a young girl.
When you were having these conversations, where were you in the crowd?
On the far side over there by the
outskirts?
actors in the
outside in the perimeter. So
I'll show you if you want to come watch. Why don't you come document?
I know how a crowd works.
I know, but why don't we go look at it?
I'd like to talk here because it's quieter over here.
All right.
Okay, and then we'll go over there.
Gotcha.
All right. So there's a crowd.
Right.
And you're on the outskirts of the crowd talking to people, or in kind of towards the middle.
I was on the perimeter,
Uh-huh.
looking at the signs and making comments, adversarial comments to questions. I'm being a reporter.
What were you asking? Like what kind of questions?
I don't know. I'd have to.
Okay, that's fine. And then
they were saying it was racist for refugees, and I'm like, why do you support human trafficking? Listen, adversarial, just witticisms. I'm trying to invoke curiosity and try to break the hypnosis and emotional engineering to engage, hopefully to create a snicker or something to increase communication.
Okay.
All right. And so that technique, because they don't want free speech and because they want insurgency and they want communism, which is essentially this is what all this is about. I'm trying to be a fullback for the American public who doesn't understand quite how nefarious these gatherings are, because it's not about a rally, it's about one opinion and not a diverse opinion. It's not the United States of America.
Okay. And then what happened?
I was being assaulted. I was being grabbed. She grabbed my credentials. And I.
Did it hurt?
No, but it threatened.
Okay. Well, I just have to ask these questions because they're important to the crime report.
Did it hurt?
Yeah.
I played college football.
Did she grab
few things are actually going to hurt me. All right.
Okay. So when she grabbed it, did she grab it like this?
It was threatening.
Looked at it?
No, it was like.
What was her point?
It was to comply. It was to make me comply.
Okay.
She could have taken a picture.
Was she trying to
She was
bully you?
assaulting my property. It doesn't matter. What do you mean bully? Why do you say you use these emotionally engineered words that I'm trying to tell you? If I grabbed your badge, what would you do to me? Take me down, right?
Well, if I had to write it in a report, I would describe how you grabbed it.
So how would you describe it if I
pulled
grabbed that microphone off of your chest?
Okay, well, it depends on how it happened.
Well, right now,
You're
if I
talking
did that
about
as in a crime
Listen,
report.
We're kind of
No, because what I'm doing is I'm jumping ahead of you and I'm trying to illustrate.
Well, I'm trying to get details.
Well, I'm trying to give you the details, and we can go and why don't we identify some people first?
Well, I don't know what happened until you tell me.
Okay, If I don't know the words and emotions that are going through your head and through your imagination. If I grabbed your speaker,
He's just trying to figure
I know, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use rhetorical gymnastics.
Maybe he'll respond better to you.
I'm responding fine.
Before we go and identify who did what, we need
Right.
to figure out what they did.
Why?
So we can establish what happened.
I know, but why don't you detain them first and then I can take
No, that's not the way it
That's
works.
not how it
You gotta
works.
make sure a crime actually happened.
Based upon my telling you that a crime happened, a misdemeanor or a felony.
We need to know what happened. Your property being damaged. That's not assault. So
I was being detained. I was being assaulted with a air horn.
They didn't do the air horn.
It fizzed out.
Okay, because
So it's like firing a gun with a blank, but the blank didn't fire. Would the assault still happen? Yes. It would still be brandishing a weapon, right? That would be called brandishing. A weapon was brandished.
Let's get back to what happened.
Can we get back? Because you're using
Sorry
the
about that.
correct legal jargon, but you're not describing how it satisfies that legal jargon. So when you say she accosted me by grabbing my
Right.
my
She
credentials,
prevented me from.
I would like to know how she grabbed it. Was it violent? Was it non-violent?
Was she trying to actually look at the credentials?
Like if I did this, if I was like, "Hey, officer," how
She
you
was
doing?
trying to impede
What's
my
your badge?
progress.
What's your badge? Oh, 379.
Right, but if he touched your shoulder, you would take him down, right?
No.
All right.
That's not
if
reasonable.
they grabbed your badge to read the badge number, then you would take him down.
Not necessarily.
All right.
If I
Well,
was
then you
like-
guys are the police I respect, and
If I
as
was
it
having
should
a
be.
conversation with this guy,
But-
and I'm like, "Oh, that's a nice badge. Oh, it's
Yeah,
really shiny."
but the thing is
He's not gonna break
I know
my
the
finger
whole
for doing
disingenuous
that.
thing because I insert myself in these situations in Berkeley and in San Francisco to try to keep open civil rights. Right now, they're taking away civil rights, and I have a legal right to arrest them on a citizen's arrest that has to be validated. No, right.
Okay.
So I'm trying to reach that level of
We're not
validation.
taking sides. I'm just really trying to get
Of
the
course you're not.
facts.
Yeah, I know you're not. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use my rhetorical tools to figure out how I can exercise what you're doing as opposed to actually doing it, right? So this is part of what I'm doing. I'm trying to hold
We're
the power.
trying to do this for you, but you're talking and talking and talking.
I know, but this is part of
keeping
what I'm
us
doing.
from doing our job.
This is a. You have a YouTube channel, don't you?
No, I don't. I don't want
Why
followers.
aren't you on YouTube?
I don't want followers. I have
Well, you
this
get lots of
says.
views.
I know, but I don't. See, I want to restore lawful enforcement. All right, and so I look for situations where they're depriving civil rights, such as these guys. They're usual suspects. And I see the thing is, you see it from afar, and there's not a lot of cross-pollination as far as what actually happens. So people are getting their civil rights deprived by chipping away at the Constitution. So it's,
I'm glad you're out here making your voice heard.
right, that's it. So, and part of this is the rhetorical exercise I'm going through. Not necessarily that I'm thinking you're going to jump in there and arrest this person because of first of all, if you got close, they probably have lookouts and they're gone, right? So, unless what I don't understand is why you don't have undercover people donning Trump hats and walking through there and watch how your own officers get assaulted. That's what I would think would be good police work. But that's a suggestion that would have to come down from the top. Understand your hands are tied and all this other stuff, but if we aren't able to, why is Colin Kaepernick able to say something, but you guys aren't? That's my point. I want your unions I want people to respect the uniform, and this is part of the process. And so I appreciate your conversation, I didn't know it was going to be so organized for this one. I thought this was just going to be a sanctuary protest.
Yeah.
But the Antifa guys here, and I document their tactics.
We didn't know what to expect.
Okay, so in my opinion, what I would do if I were you was volunteer, or I can volunteer to put on a MAGA hat and walk through that crowd and watch you. Right? No, you're laughing. That's what I would do. I'm a fullback, right? I would run into a hole time and time again to protect the quarterback, and I do it for fun. And that's a Division III.
Oh, Division
UCSB,
III?
so it's undefeated since 1992. We don't have a program anymore, but I did it for fun. So now in the situation where we have civil rights by 20 bytes, being deprived, how do I restore the integrity of law enforcement? When your hands are tied, when you have to go through official protocol. What I would think is you would talk to your union and say, hey, this is a situation. Here's a guy trying to help restore respectability with law enforcement. What I do is multi-layered. My whole thing is to, as a single thread, repair the social fabric that's torn.
But what if we don't have a problem with how things are run in our agency?
I don't know. It's been fine. Yeah, I mean, if this is Sacramento is always.
I saw you on your ID. You're from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
It's how is police different from how we police over here?
It all depends on the department. The individual police are as random as people, right? Well, obviously they're filtered by mail and whatever. So my point is Emeryville police, for example, are are compliant to the point of being Keystone Cops. It's a bizarre situation in Emeryville, California. In Berkeley, they condone people in black masks and won't enforce PC 185. I saw a recruiting poster for arsonists, and they wouldn't help me diffuse that situation because they wanted to light people on fire on last April 15th. I saw a recruiting poster and I was able to code it, presented it to the police officer beforehand, document that the local press was there on April 14th, but they were not there on April 15th, which means everybody knew it was going to be a conflagration. They wanted to torch. They called it a cookout. I mean, it doesn't take, so although it didn't happen because I ran my ass off, hey, Chamber of Commerce, police chief, this and that.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, but because I worked my ass off to make sure it didn't happen, and right when it was supposed to happen, in my opinion, I walked into the center of Antifa and took a licking to prevent the
What's the worst
surrounding.
injury you ever gotten doing one of these?
Shattered eye socket. So I'm a fool. It doesn't matter. It's only because, well, whatever. It was with a pole, but it's a. I put on a helmet, rub some dirt in it, and then jump back and protect the quarterback. I'm a fullback. It's fullback. I don't want to draw attention to myself, but I want to win, and winning is in defending the Constitution from the powerful, the evil, the disingenuous, and trying to restore law and order. I'm trying to make your job easier in the process.
Are you live right now?
Yeah,
on, like,
Facebook Live. Tyho Decker.
Tyho
Decker. Yeah, or Ty Decker is my Twitter. So, and YouTube, if only because I try not to make my videos not production worthy because the information is much more important.
As it comes in.
How do you spell your Facebook thing?
T-A-I-H-O. Yeah, with H-O. It's on my. It's what you should have taken down on the citation or the notes. Tyho.
Okay. Just your name, man. That was pretty easy.
Tyho Decker. And then that's where you'll see me live streaming right now.
Are you following the protest as it moves?
I don't know. No, I just came here to cover the AG Sessions press conference, but I wasn't allowed in there, so I looked for other ways to be productive. So Ty Decker, Twitter, but more importantly is the TAI Decker YouTube, because that's where I have my collection of foibles of media, police not doing their job. For example, while someone's getting beat at Berkeley on March 4th a year ago, last Sunday or Saturday, the police wouldn't help me retrieve the injured. They asked me to bring them out. I just thought that was.
Were they okay?
No. I don't know. So, I didn't triage them. I just came out here to understand why why the Second Amendment is so necessary. And the guy who was there, who was prepared and who studied the group and was anticipating all those people, his name's Kyle Chapman. You'll see one of my videos, I was standing right there when all the violence broke out. He's now being prosecuted for bringing they call it a leaded cane. He brought a deterrent, a flagpole made of a lightweight pine dowel rod as a deterrent. It wasn't a lead. It wasn't. Nobody else used any of these weapons. But when we were attacked, he improvised and used it as a defensive weapon, and he's being charged as a felony, $400,000 bail. That's how crooked. Yeah. So that's the reason the Second Amendment exists, is to allow the citizen to keep and bear arms, even if the arm is a lightweight closet dowel. The statute that he's being prosecuted under is meant for concealed billy clubs, as opposed to a prop that is improvised and serves a multifunction of being a deterrent to violence. Or in his case, the dude was attacking him. It's just, unless you actually go there, I would not believe what I'm telling you myself. And so that's why when I do immersive journalism, I do it so I can do a first-person accounting without having high production value, because it's the information that when the police were standing down, I knew that you guys had orders and stuff like that. I didn't show their faces, for example, although I was disgusted at them, but I knew, so I was trying to solve that problem. It took me 4.5 months, even though I had video of the person who attacked me, to get the Berkeley police to issue essentially what they call a nixle. for the guy who attacked me, even though I presented him that Monday morning or Tuesday morning with the April 17th, 18th. So they delayed it till August. So it's that type of. It's just that's why I hate when those people because they use that example to disrespect good citizens, good officers like you guys are right now. Who are using reasonable. See, at every point you use reasonableness, and that's what I want to hear. All right. So I appreciate you being here. So that's why I'm not masochistic, but I demonstrate that even in this organization here, where they're so-called a sanctuary city, where was my sanctuary amongst the group of? You will never believe this, but it's communism, dude. It's like because I went to recruiting meetings. I went to they call themselves Democratic Socialists, and they change the names, they morph. That refuse. Anytime you see a refuse fascism, check this out. Yeah. In 1939 or 38, Hitler signed a non-aggression pact with the communists. Okay, for 3 years that held strong, and then Hitler stabbed him in the back. Communists have been moping ever since, and so now they say, "Oh, we attacked fascists." The communists, right? They attacked them after they got stabbed in the back. So they use as a rallying cry the fact that they were totalitarians and they got hurt, bamboozled. Yeah. And so now they bamboozle other people by using that same type of persuasion.
History lesson.
That's what you got. That's what I try to do. Is I just try to use good information to counter bad information. And if I can't get in there to unhypnotize people, the mob is gonna raise their torches, and it's Selma. It's just different colors and different. And I'm sure the police in Selma weren't bad people, but they sure did they sure have 50 years of tarnishing, right? So what I try to do is I try to prevent that. Good luck to you guys.
Hey, right.
Reasonableness. That's what it's about.
I'll write down what you said.
I don't know if you comprehend it, but if you put on a hat and experience it yourself, I think that you'll be able to write the report much more accurately.
Okay. Are you done?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, good luck and be safe.
I want to be free.
Yeah, you're free. Definitely.
I want to have liberties, right? I mean, my grandfather fought in the Korean War. No, it's just my dad.
Want to make sure.
No, my uncle Guy Decker was gay.
But are you done telling me about what happened?
Well, you can.
Okay.
It's you have video footage of it. That's extemporaneous.
Yeah, I'll look at the video footage later.
Cool. And whether a crime happened or not, it was unreasonable. I was assaulted, and their tactic is to do nicks and bites and things until they get you out of the view, and then the harm happens. There are thefts. It's well practiced. This isn't organic. It's well practiced. All right. So very difficult to see from this far. Wear a red hat, dress like a doofus like I am, and you'll be attacked like that. This is a get up, right? So this is meant to show that there's no such thing as sanctuary in their crowd. Good luck, you guys. We got to solve this somehow. And
hemos cansado ya de la nación como California de ser tan liberal y ahora nos están demandando. No estamos conformando con el resto de la nación.
¿Estás de acuerdo con toda la ola de...
Mira, yo soy un inmigrante, yo quiero que todos tengan la oportunidad que se me dio a mí. El estatus legal de cada quien es personal. Yo no puedo decir...
El estatus legal es personal, si nos están persiguiendo, están saliendo a buscarlos en la calle.
¿Cuál es la diferencia de que los están saliendo a buscar en la calle de hace 8 años cuando deportaron a mi tío 2 veces el mismo mes? Es lo mismo, solamente que ahora se le está dando más luz a esta situación.
El único. Ok, gracias.
Gracias a ti. Gusto verte, cuídense. All right.
Hey, how you doing? You want me to take that off your hands? Or are you okay with it? Hey, excuse me. Have you ever donned a MAGA hat and walked through a crowd like this? Have you ever put on ropas de United States patriotic? Do you speak English?
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever put on a USA cap, a red cap, and walked through a crowd like this?
Why would I? I'm a reporter.
Right. I'm asking you, why wouldn't you report on how you would be treated in such a situation, as opposed to inventing snippets so an editor can eviscerate?
You speak Spanish?
Un poquito.
Have you seen my pieces?
No, I haven't.
So you can't say that.
Well, I cannot.
All right, thank you.
All right, well, I would think that would have made news if you went undercover and showed how it was like to be black in Selma by wearing a red cap and wandering around a crowd like this.
In Selma?
In Selma in the 60s, right? The civil rights icon.
Like this.
Right, but they were black, right? So they were identified. The reason that they attacked them is because they were visually identifiable. So practice that same abstract by wearing a red cap.
I've covered the protest in Berkeley.
No.
You can ask him.
My point is immerse yourself.
Marco, dile a ese tipo que
No.
yo cubierto todo.
I asked her to immerse herself by wearing a red cap and walk to document.
I've covered him.
It's a different.
No, she's been in Berkeley.
I've been in Berkeley, and I covered him wearing the red cap and walking
But do you
around.
know what it feels like to be a victim of an ist and an ism?
Of course I can. I'm Hispanic.
What do you mean Hispanic?
And I'm a woman.
Why would you? Because you're a woman and Hispanic.
I'm double whammy. I'm a Hispanic woman. Of course I know what it is.
Yeah, but hasn't every American been disadvantaged at some point? I mean, that's disingenuous. My point is immerse yourself and show you how.
Why don't you immerse yourself?
I do.
Okay, good luck.
This is why I do this. Hey, have a good day.
Lopez, though.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. She's Hispanic and a woman, so she obviously has been disadvantaged. I'm like, what? Why would I be so racist or misogynist as to think that?
Did you catch any of what I did?
No, I was getting attacked myself.
I went out there and I said, "You guys are a bunch of liars."
Did you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You're lying to these people. I'm an immigrant and I welcome Jeff Sessions. So.
Awesome, dude.
All this anti-immigrant stuff is just not true.
Right, it's not true. It's an insurgency. It's emotional engineering. So, should we go find Ben, or at this point, this is more of a safety video than anything else, to tell you the truth. We'll chat.
Well, I want to get a coffee.
Okay. I'll probably have people who are upset at me. That's why I want to. You understand? Hey, they have a law enforcement association meeting inside here. I put it on my Twitter, TAI Decker, and so you can. I think it's live streaming what's going on inside the what's going on inside the conference here. All right, so not sure what's next here. I'm going to stop this and then probably start another one just for security purposes. All right. Hey, gentlemen, thank you again for being out here. I appreciate you. I understand the police officers conference is happening upstairs. I did register, but I showed up too late. So thanks for being out here, guys. Take care. Yeah. Oh, one last thing. Be careful on your assumptions, all right? Because sometimes I use it for rhetorical effect, and still being good faith, genuine, and trying to advance what I'm trying to advance. But my elevated voice represents the Singali guy who would have been thrown in 5150 because he talked louder than the lady wanted to hear, and he had a golf club in his hand. You should see his reaction when he dropped it. It sunk my heart. This happened 2 days ago. He was scared of a golf club, and that's what I'm trying to solve. You know, that it wasn't like that 20 years ago. So, and you guys are doing your best, and I appreciate that. Sacramento trying to make it work. My dad's from here. I lived here for a little bit. Went to San Juan High School for half a year. So, good people. Cheers. Oh, and my dad helped put the just to form a social. Sorry, my dad helped put that copper top on top of the Capitol. So we're all trying to do things in good faith. See ya. So at this point, these guys are just here at photo ops. I don't know who that dude is, but probably. So covering the press, how they cover people.
Law-abiding immigrants should not be swept up in these raids for us. And so the vast majority of immigrants are law-abiding. And what Sessions and Trump are doing is causing fear and driving them underground. So when they're victims of crime, they won't report it. That means more crimes go unsolved. There is more crime, not less crime.
My last question, he says that
I'm very confident that we will prevail in defending and resisting against this lawsuit. California has a long legacy of its leadership standing together, and I'm confident that we will beat them in court.
Yeah, but not the same leadership you're essentially doing an insurgency right now.
Thanks again for your time.
Does California have a long history of being an insurgent? This is a whole different phase of history. You're essentially supporting insurgency.
There's a certain time.
Well, it's Jessica Olstad is doing most of the bulk of the work. Sarah is. We don't need it.
Into an Indian company called Tata.
Yeah, contracted out.
Tata means goodbye job.
Tenemos entrevista de él. Él es trompista.
I like your disguise.
I'm an American. Why do I wear a disguise? I could wear one if you want, but I'd get attacked. We know. I'm answering the question. I know, but I'm answering the question. I'm answering the question, sir. Just let me finish answering the question, and you can. We were having a conversation before you interrupted me.
Bueno, yo creo que vamos a hacer todo lo posible para contratar fiscal con este gran estado, un estado que valora diversidad de inclusión, un estado que generar el mayor número de inmigrantes, gente trabajadora que todo este país buscando el sueño dorado, no pidiendo negocio. Estas son tácticas manuales por parte de un presidente racista que sigue haciendo todo lo posible para dividir a nuestra gran nación, buscando chivo expiatorio por todos los municipios.
You cameramen do some great work.
No, porque tengo muy claro, yo todo lo que me dice como ex fiscal con
Unfortunately, most of it gets edited. Yeah, have a good day.
Así que estamos listos y preparados para ganar una Corte Federal aquí en California y estoy más de seguro que vamos a lograr los
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias. La palabra del senador Kevin de León, que impulsó la ley de santuario aquí en California. Elegimos el fiscal general de la nación, Jeff Sessions, que se acaba de retirar. Ha estado anunciando aquí frente a una comisión
Hey, excuse me, Senator Pro Tem? Can I at least say goodbye then? Mr. De Leon. I know, but I got accosted by Antifa. I just wanted to say, hey, how can we restore civil discourse?
I don't want anyone to accost you.
Thank you. Hey, it's good seeing you, and I want to hear your message.
You know what's so great about this country?
Yes, sir.
Is that Trump supporter.
I'm a American supporter.
Democratic supporter.
Well,
you know, all Americans should.
I defend the Constitution, right?
So do I.
President Trump.
So that's what we.
I hope so. Right? Exactly. That's where our common ground is.
And we both love this country.
But I do even the unpopular parts.
that we have a lot in common in that sense.
That's true.
Okay, Ty.
Always a pleasure. Take care. Good luck. I mean, meaning that my version of luck. Take care. Thanks for being out here, guys. I think you're going to have to tweak your marching orders a little bit, but have a good day. Why do they think whites are supreme? Why do they think that their whites are supreme? Hey, why do they think whites are supreme? Isn't that weird? I would think they're equal. Hi. Hey, I'm trying to clean my shoe. Well, I stepped in it by accident, so what am I supposed to, So I'm trying to make fun of my screw up. Seems like an odd day. It seems like an odd day. It was essentially done on. Nobody's that incompetent, right? Oh, this is your job? I'm sorry, my friend. No. Busted. I'll help you clean it later. I'll try to get. It seems to me that you guys were played the chump CHUMP, because who would, knowing this was going to happen, why would they have done this? Usually it's usually for some type of persuasion or influence reason, and dudes. Why do they think that whites are supremacists? They're better than that. They're screaming white supremacy. Why are they saying that whites are better than that? Gotta ask the right question. Have a good day. We gotta figure out this disingenuous bad faith stuff is ridiculous, and you guys aren't challenging it because you don't want to get called a white supremacist. It's brutal. Let's go. Hey, I'm equal. Why would you? And I'm not even white. Why do they think whites are supreme over them? They're calling out white supremacists, and I'm like, why wouldn't they say we're equal? We're all equal.
They sound reasonable.
Yeah, I tried. I got accosted.
All you got to do is come in the name of the Lord and rebuke whatever the devil's doing, because if God's for you, who can be against you?
I'm assuming you're a good faith man, so I appreciate you being out here.
I didn't even know if the Lord wanted me to come down here, but then I'm driving down here, he says, don't go work out, come down here and pray. You got enough faith. So Father God, I rebuke every spirit that's out of you. I command it to go right now in Jesus' name.
It does seem like it's a bad faith crowd, a mild crowd. Hey. What's that? Yeah, sure. But yeah, let me I gotta use my actually. Let me check my messages. At this point, it's more of a security. Here, let me see if there's any comments here. It's delayed by 20 seconds. So let me know what you guys, if you want me to do anything. Hey, Ben? I can't hear you, Ben. You're out there. Hold on, I'm writing a comment. Let me know Hay preguntas, personas. Yeah, good call. Ooh, good one. Oh, good call. Yeah, this is just noise. How much is this lawsuit going to cost California taxpayers? I should have asked Kevin De Leon. That's a good question. Have a good day. Yeah. Have a good day. Big horses. That's good. Big ones.
Without the fear of being deported. And so we're trying to send a loud and clear message that Californians of all backgrounds, all our elected officials came out today from across the state to send a message to Sessions that, that we uphold, especially the 3 bills that Californians passed, to send a message to the federal government that we respect.
Tell me why this issue is so important to the immigrant community.
Because all the rhetoric coming out of the federal government attacking immigrants, we're going to send a loud and clear message that Californians will stand for.
They're attacking illegal aliens, right? Hey, by the way, how much is it going to cost to California taxpayers? Have you ever asked that question? This lawsuit that's been, it's a complete waste? And what differentiates it from an insurgency? I'm asking you as a person of power.
I'm just a reporter doing interviews.
Right. So you've never been approached by a reporter? I'm asking you, why don't you up your level of questions so that we know that the press function is working? I know, I'm trying to do my job to hold the powerful accountable, and you holding that mic makes you very powerful. I appreciate you being out here, though.
Okay.
California taxpayers aren't being defended, right? And the Democrat national leadership is promoting human trafficking. We've got to stop human trafficking.
Okay, thank you.
Ask questions. That's what that's all. I'm holding you accountable. See, the thing is my job is to hold the press accountable. Right? That's part of the freedom of the press. It's unconventional.
Okay.
A big story would be to go and do a Fox 40 whatever or something. So, as opposed to trying to deliver and earn a paycheck, it's too addictive.
Gotta get back to work here.
Well, I am working, so that's why I say I'm doing my job. You can carry on.
Okay.
So they don't know why the taxpayers. By the way, the cameramen, solid. These guys hang in there. I'm telling you, people of integrity and good faith. Thank you, sir. But your good work doesn't make it oftentimes with the right narrative. But there's nothing any communication or substance going on. Yes. Hi there, are you a talent on local news? Are you a media personality on local news? Have you asked how much this lawsuit's going to cost California taxpayers?
If I were you, I would go to the Capitol. They're having a
I'm asking you because I'm covering you. You're my.
They haven't told us anything. I'm just.
No, I'm asking you. Did you hear? You didn't understand the question?
No, I don't have any. I don't know any numbers on that. I don't know any numbers.
Right. No, my question was, have you asked the question?
No.
Are you interested in it at all?
Yeah. Do you have?
No, I don't. That's why. So, as part of what we're doing, and also, it's not sanctuary; it's human trafficking.
What do you mean?
What's going on here? This isn't sanctuary. What they're doing is they're creating illegal lures to an insurgency.
Right.
So, cut with the sanctuary, because if you put on a red MAGA hat and walk through there, you would get accosted. So you have no sanctuary, even though nothing changed except for you wore a cap. So now you know what it was like to be in Selma in the mid-'60s. By just visual alone, by just a different book cover, you're going to be attacked, right? In the Selma. That's what's happening right now. But they think they have the high moral ground, but we're asking the wrong questions. So thanks for being out here. What are you at, Fox 40?
No, I'm Telemundo Sacramento.
Hey, are you with Fox 40? You know a Nikki Head? She was a, well, I don't know. She, I don't even know if it was a she. It was somebody who was invented back in 2013 to file a story against me. And while I was sleeping, they swatted me in a hotel room in Vallejo because I was reporting upon unlawful surveillance, electronic surveillance, back in 2013. And
We did have somebody who was hacking our systems.
Well, that wasn't. I'm talking about some gal. She wrote 3 stories for you, Nikki Head, because the crooked cop in Emeryville was Brian Head. All right.
Oh, interesting.
And so, right. It's so interesting that I think they just invented the name. It was somebody who filed 3 stories, and it was from in Vallejo, where I was staying, waiting for a trial because I had 15 baby aspirin in my car. They said it was on my person and charged me with felony ecstasy. And so what? It looked like methamphetamine. The whole thing is indistinguishable from getting. If I had to be creative and innovative to survive that day. And it's on your website, Guy Taiho Decker. There's 2 Guy Taiho Decker. You'll see. It's the only. It's there's no verifiable information. The reporter never contacted me. I was charged with making terroristic threats because they could confiscate all my equipment and hold me. And it was during the next day. It was July 3rd. The Times Herald filed the only other report at 12:01 a.m. on July 4th. This was done right. You know how this. You're laughing, right? Because why don't we report? No, I want you to laugh because that's we know what's going on, but we're not reporting it. That this stuff is fake news has existed for a long time, and Fox 40 was complicit somehow back then, and nobody ever contacted me because it would have brought down. Well, I don't know. We need to attract attention to the fact that people are using, what do they call it, maintenance routines to collect video samples and audio samples, and then they can target people. And that's that. They must have extortion. There must be something in Washington D.C. where somehow they have what do they call it, where you have compromising information by Microsoft. It's if you look under Thai Food was my Microsoft Developers Network, Ty Decker. But look up Thai Food KB 976902, and you'll see I was in real time. I put myself at risk as a person who would most likely be unlawfully surveilled, and I was catching them and documenting them. And instead of apologizing, your station was complicit in setting up or documenting. Most likely was set up to do my execution, but I was smart enough. And you'll see on the Times Herald, I had a purple ribbon because I know the broken institutions of Oakland, and so I'm trying to be empathetic to not the hijacking of Black Lives Matter, but the hypnosis that the Democrats on plantation politics stuff people down by destroying public defender institutions that we think work. So the whole thing, well, I saw your thing, and so I'm like,
no, I agree.
Well, see, that's what makes me a full-time journalist now, is because this was done to me, and no other journalist thought to give me a call. Yeah. And so now I look like, and if anybody looks me up from now on here on forward, I look like a domestic terrorist. But guess what? I was a computer electrical engineer. I was a ASB president in high school. I played Division III college football, and I'm a patriot. And I happened to be on the forefront 6 years ago of discovering electronic unlawful surveillance. And for that effort, your station defamed me without so much as and also look up Ian McDonald is the author of this article. You look up in the bottom because once I point. See, the thing is when I noticed it was how I noticed it was real. And Nikki Head was given the byline, but once I wrote in the comment fields, hey, Nikki Head, blah blah blah, whatever. I put on the description, all this stuff. I used to try to do this meticulously, but it would disappear, and they changed the byline to Ian McDonald and by Nikki Head. And Nikki Head, some fictitious, or she might be real, but it might even be whatever. Bottom line is, journalism died at Fox 40 on July 3rd, 2013. Have a good day. The full name, if you're looking it up, is Guy Taiho Decker. You'll see 2 stories. That's the only smear on my name, and it was done because I had caught unlawful surveillance by screenshots, log files, and so now I'm a patriot. Well, it was then too, but protecting the broken institutions that we had no clue that they were so broken. And this is the angst, and then they hijack Black Lives Matter to make it something else, as opposed to being the hypnosis that they have the demographic in Oakland, because the public defender office is intentionally unlawful. They assign all cases to Brandon Wood of Alameda County, and there's not an attorney that represents the clients. They delegate responsibilities. It's institutional. What's it call it when plausible deniability, and that's what's harming Oakland. That's what's keeping everybody hateful. And instead of blaming themselves, they're blaming people above them. So that's what I'm trying to fix, and I'll keep doing it. And I appreciate you being here, just as a token, but at the same time, no. My point is it seems that these things don't happen. If they happen coincidentally, it feels otherworldly. Have a good day. So I leave these as bird seed. Have a good day. Thanks for coming out here. Thanks for having courage. You know who? Let me ask some questions here.
I just want to remind you all, we're here. We are also undocumented. We are also indigenous. We are also black. We are also queer. Remember, it is all of us or none of us. It is all of us or none of us. All of us or none of us.
Hey, officer, under what conditions do you enforce PC 185?
I don't think we've ever done it on any kind of protest in town. So when block comes and they wear their masks and stuff, we've actually never enforced.
Well, what you're doing is...
So, I mean, the law says that it's to evade police, right?
Right, but what they do is they commit the crimes and then they evade police.
I get it.
All right. It would help to have...
I don't disagree with you.
All right, have a good day. No. I'm just trying to... All I'm trying to do is just trying to study the process. Have a good day. Thanks. Thanks for being out here, you guys. All right, so so I'm reading comments right now as I'm walking away. Who's this guy, Beth? Hey, Beth, who's this guy? Is she still here? No? So now what I do is I ask that same question to other officers. It's a sales technique. You ask the same basic question to see if they were properly trained. Essentially, they are offering to be incompetent by allowing crimes to go because of PC 185. Hey, officers. Hey, what are your orders on enforcing PC 185, the anti-mask law?
Looks like the sergeant.
All right, cool. Which one's the sergeant? Your sergeant? Sergeant? Thank you. Hi there. What are the conditions or marching orders you have to enforce PC 185? the anti-mask law.
I'm gonna send you over to our PIO. You can ask all the questions you want.
Right now, but I'm talking about extemporaneous situation here. If a crime was committed, what would be the level of harm that would prompt a PC-185 arrest?
You're talking about PIO.
Yeah, but that doesn't help me here. It's because I'm trying to. This is a because I was assaulted in the other rally, and I'm just trying to figure out whether whether the orders are the same at your site as they were over there, and it's what I just talked to another officer. So you're not allowed to communicate with the public, right? Or the press. I'm just stretching the bet. All I'm doing is pushing the envelope, not trying to be disrespectful. I'm literally trying to study the process. And so I appreciate, so I just keep asking different questions to try to figure out if I can use a different set of words, would I get a different response? So thanks for being out here, guys. I'm trying to restore respect to the badge and lawful society and all that stuff. So have a good day. Yeah. So the police are scared because they don't want to make a mistake. How you doing? Hey, my name's Ty Decker. I hold a Powerful Accountable. Are you a media personality?
We're local news here in Sacramento.
Have you asked a question on how much this lawsuit's going to cost the taxpayers? Have you asked that question?
Have we asked a question about
how much this lawsuit is going to cost the California taxpayers?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know who we would ask that question to at this point.
Okay.
I'm a working reporter right now, so I can't really be doing interviews.
Well, I'm not. I am a working reporter too, and I'm approaching you as a reporter would do in the field. So I hold the powerful accountable, and you holding that mic, it makes you powerful, and so I just ask questions like that. So appreciate you being out here. You should up the quality of that question, because what this is not. It's an insurgency. You know, they don't want to enforce laws based upon feelings. And not even feelings, it's disingenuous. It's just all bad faith. And so if we ask good faith questions such as cost, such as what differentiates this as an insurgency, meaning not following laws and creating disturbances in the public just to be an enemy of the U.S. Constitution. You know.
So would you want to ask that question of California?
No, I want you. Or would you? I want reporters to ask that question to every politician who defends human trafficking that they disingenuously call sanctuary. It's all about human trafficking in humans, right? Otherwise they would have already solved the DACA thing and whatever. There's no good faith negotiation going on.
I think the issue is a little more nuanced than just trafficking humans.
That's the root cause is trafficking in humans. They want to keep open what they think, and they don't think that it's illegal aliens. It's not. There's no. The opinion that was just released by the Supreme Court used aliens and not immigrants. Immigrants are people who move here in a legal fashion, right? Who are able to effectively navigate the administrative process of immigration. That's an immigrant. Ones who don't are called aliens and illegal if they do it in bad faith. So, in any case, trying to pass on a little information, cost, insurgency, and get past the hypnosis that they're putting forth.
Good luck. Good luck.
Well, good luck to you. I'm trying to up your game. That's all. I'm an old guy. I don't want high production value. I want to help you and your children in the future for the next 5, 10, 20 years that I'll have doing this.
I appreciate your concern for me.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir. Any other media types? My job's relatively easy because they pretend to be smart and they look good, right? All right. I'll either head to the end, whatever. My usefulness here is faded. I'll see you guys. Anything? I can't see the comment. Right. The immigrant is someone who successfully navigates the administrative process of naturalization to the United States. That's an immigrant. An alien is somebody who comes here and visits and applies for that process. Have a good day, sir. Applies for that process, or circumvents it, and it's administrative initially, but once they get deported and come back in, they're criminals, unprosecuted criminals. The first violation is considered a civil, unlawful civil violation, similar to if you dumped chemicals in a river. You know, there's a certain barrier that needs to surpass before, you know, it has to be intentional and whatever, that type of stuff. So. Oh, that's interesting. Would you like to make any comment on why you want to deport the president and the attorney general?
Yes. Yes, because they are breaking every single part of the United States Constitution.
Okay, so if they break the Constitution, if they violate the Constitution and federal law, you think they should be deported?
Yes.
All right. So that should be, you should apply that equally, right? Because equal protection under the law. So aliens who are visiting the United States who break the law should be deported, right?
No, because look.
Aliens from Mars, you mean?
No, it's a legal term.
Well, no, that's not.
No.
That's not.
If somebody came and landed here on a space, yes, read the Supreme Court decision.
Look,
they call people. Well, it's called legally. It's called legally. It's called an alien.
But look, that's a term that normal people do not accept.
Well, so you're. So it's a little bit offensive that you would put your normalcy on the whole United States population, right? We want diversity, right? We don't want to judge a book by its cover, right? We want lawfulness.
We want lawfulness. And where was it when our ancestors?
Who's our ancestors?
My ancestors are the native people that were here,
right?
Way before the immigrants.
What happened right before that? You know that if they survived, they more likely slaughtered other people to survive. The nomadic lifestyle was a very vicious and violent lifestyle. But we do know that they came across a land bridge, right? So, I mean, no. My point is we're all the same.
It's not worth it.
Is what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to make you laugh because we have to be able to talk about this stuff without getting inflamed. I appreciate your opinion, but I wanted to let you know that there's an adversarial opinion that
that's twisted.
In your opinion, it's not normal. It's your opinion.
No, it's a fact.
All right. Well,
I got your first one.
Oh, you got it.
Have a good day, guys. Thank you. Oh, come on. Have a good day. I have to try to break down these emotional roadblocks that are. Thank you.
And I'm laughing.
And I appreciate the conversation.
10 more hours.
And
I need a few more. It's a longer conversation.
Right. I keep trying. Have a good day. It's about interacting in a civil manner without getting emotional. I appreciate you participating.
I don't care if I'm getting emotional.
Well.
I think compared what the dreamers are going through.
Who are the dreamers?
That's not funny.
Who are the dreamers?
You know who they are.
No, I don't.
No, you know who they are.
No, because you apply a word doesn't mean I share that word. I don't know who you're talking about. And you're a daydreamer. I like it. Take care.
Not market rate.
Exactly. Who wants to be normal? Jeez. Normal is saying deport, and then except for the people, only deport the lawful ones. Weird. So, I'm assuming if Marco or that are watching this, and I gotta watch their live stream here. When I think about this before. So. Ta-da. I gotta track those guys down now. This. Hey, can someone tag me on a link for Ben? Oh. Shoot, that was 39 minutes ago. I think they're at coffee. All right, later. All right, looks like that was 39 minutes ago. No, he looks like he stopped, or let me see if there's another one. There's an issue with me being an editor for Frontline America, so that sometimes they won't announce to me when the show goes on or when he's live. It's Facebook stuff. So yeah, I'll figure it out. I got to call him and stuff. But I did bring another phone here to. Yeah, I wonder if we're late at Honey Angel. That's funny. Well, it's like I'm here for something. How you doing, sir? Have a good day, everybody. Why would they let this bus go through? The last life of Ben, I know. Yeah. Marco, well, I can contact them. Right now I want to see, it's odd that they would let this bus go through. Who is?
They're all fucking out.
In that thing?
No, they're just walking. They're right there, that group.
Oh.
Black leader always has Rafael Pidaris. And,
oh, he is right there?
Yeah.
He's Raphael's with them? That was odd. All right, I think I've milked this for as long as I'm going to. Maybe not. All right. Stay. All right. Tie, T-A-I, or like bow tie, phonetically, T-A-I. Taiho, short. My friends call me Taiho. My parents called me Taiho. Well, as long as somebody wants to see, let's know. Oh, I'm on 500 J Street. So the federal court, 5th and J. The Sawyer Hotel, I think. I thought it was called the something else. But. Let me ask you another pretty media personality type. It's okay.
Crime issues such as violent crime.
Hey, real quick, ma'am, have you asked how much it's going to cost the taxpayers to do the lawsuit? All right, thank you. And what differentiates what they're doing from an insurgency?
This thing's gonna die, man.
Oh, no. Hey, I thought you were taking a break. Dude, I'm not here to measure your stuff.
No, I'm just saying.
I'll back off.
Right now.
All right, well, hey, I'm trying to interview a reporter. Have a good day. Good luck. You guys, you act like you're not supposed to be touched or talked to. You hold power. Weird. Oh, here we go. All right, I'm out. Well.
I understand.
Hey, thanks for being out here, you guys. Appreciate you being out here. Thank you for being out here. Thank you for being out here. My name's Tom.
I'm Laura.
Hey, Laura. Oh, Laura. Hey, guys. I'm going to shut down now. All right, see ya.